And I hope this is working. Let's see. Woo. Alright, I think this is it. Ah, finally, I think we improvised here. Hi guys, I had to use Streamlabs. If you guys can hear me, can you type something in the message board? I think this is working finally. Sorry guys, the stream software was not recognizing my information from YouTube. This is my first time actually working through YouTube with that platform, so I had to use Streamlabs. Oh great, alright, good. Can you hear the crickets? Oh, great. Okay, good. So for now, we're going to use this setup. I was originally going to reschedule this for tomorrow, but I think this is working. Okay, good. All right. This first one might be a little rough, but I think once we get going, it'll get better, and we can start sharing more information on here, which is the whole goal. It was really warm today. Now it's cooling off really nicely. You want some tea?
I'm good.
You're good? All right. Well, I'm going to work on some notes. I'm going to share with you guys some notes I'm working on for another video. And it's about getting your home and car ready for winter. I know it's September, but this is a very good time to A, stock up while supplies aren't in demand yet, and while they're affordable. And some of these we can talk about are, let's start with the home. Replacing batteries in the smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. In that, some people say that daylight saving time is a good time to do that. Turning off your exterior water valves and drain and store your hoses. This is a good one, so you're not flooding anything. And cleaning and replacing your furnace filters. And what else do we have? Now for the fireplace and stove and oil, we got a pellet stove back in 14. It was a Harman P68. And that thing's amazing. That thing pushes out so much heat. It's super nice. And so nice that it saves us so much oil. We use oil in the event that we either run out of pellets or, I think primarily if you run out of pellets. But pellet stove right now, the P68, a lot of fire departments recommend time change. Well, let's see. Well, definitely once a year for the batteries. Now I'll put down, we have a Harman P68. And that thing's amazing. It claims to heat up to 2,600 square feet. It does a great job doing that. And we actually have the fireplace. The fireplace is great for when we run out of, it's kind of like a nice supplement, but the fireplace is good for when we lose power, if there's a power outage, that's a great way to get everyone together in the living room. And what we do is we can put up blankets over both doorways and just keep the heat in there until the power comes back on. Yeah. That stove is a beast. I love it. The first year we moved in here, we had 3 oil deliveries in the wintertime, and that sucked. But the minute we got that stove in, we've lowered down to 1 oil delivery a year. That thing's amazing. I can't say enough great things about the Harman P68. No, we did not get an insert. I thought about it. We kept the fireplace open and the pellet stove on the other side of the house. So if it's really, really cold out, the fireplace is a great supplement for the stove. But again, we try to keep the firewood for emergencies, which we've had in the past. And that thing is saved us from having to go to a hotel and really keep an eye on the house. And as soon as things, restore themselves, we can clean up and get going again. Yeah, no, the insert's a great idea, but that's a personal preference. I opted, talked my husband into getting a freestanding one, so we have both sides covered. And for cleaning the fireplace, you can do that. You can get a separate vacuum for the ash. Don't ruin the one that you have for your house. Yeah, most fireplaces are inefficient, but once it gets going, it does throw out some nice heat. And you can actually get one of those little fans that spin when the bottom gets hot. The fan will start spinning, actually pushing, helping move that heat around the house. We have one on the stove, and we have one in front of the fireplace. Again, it's personal preference. It's what works best for you guys. If there's a power outage, again, throw up some blankets over a doorway, keep one room warm. And if you can get a fireplace, yeah, that'll save you. And again, these are notes. I'm going to compile this, and I'd love to get some feedback and see what works best for you guys, because everyone lives in different parts of the countries where if you're up north, you're going to have different insulation, you're going to have different methods, what works, what you've been through. And same down here. We're up in the northeast, but still, if you're down south or out west and it gets really cold at night, even in the summertime, what works best for you staying warm? Cleaning, protecting your barbecue and AC unit, protecting outside furniture. And here's a good one a lot of people don't think about: purging your pantry and fridge. There's a lot of condiments that do go bad or just empty or just hanging out, you're not using them. Yeah. And this goes without saying: food, water, supplies, medical supplies. Again, if you have an ice storm, if you live up on a tall drive, like a high driveway or a long driveway, and it gets really icy, it may not look bad, but trying to get up and down that thing, that sucks. A lot of back roads, depending on how well maintained they are. Stock up on over-the-counter stuff. Stock up on your meds. Now, especially nowadays with everything that's going on this year, you can get up to, I think, 90 days prescriptions. Defrosting, I'm in a very similar situation. Defrosting helps with the efficiency of the cooling of contents. Yes, definitely. And especially what's coming out with the future with GSM. This is a great time to really hone in on skills, supplies, because think about everything that has happened this year. Think about the ports that have closed down both here and in China and other countries. Think about the impacts about those job losses and manufacturing that has gone down a ton for those what used to be affordable knickknacks and supplies and even medications that we rely on. A lot of those shortages or prices have gone up because we just can't get them in time. And that's going to impact us very soon when those supplies start running out, because initially you have warehouses that trickle down, and then once those local areas start running low and then they start hitting those big warehouses that have about a year's worth of supplies start running low, what do? I've already heard stories about meds by mail for 90-day scripts. Yeah, exactly. If you can get your 90-day prescriptions, especially in the wintertime, do that. That's a huge help. I've heard stories about contractors talking about supplies running low, charging more for those supplies that they can get their hands on. And that's going to trickle down to other projects and other professions, especially when those big warehouses start running low. You have crop losses globally. You have early winter. You have cold air blasts coming all the way up to Brazil, down in South America. You have crop losses from hail damage and early frost and flooding and drought. I mean, look at China. China has just about all but lost their crops this year, primarily due to flooding. In the very top of China, they had drought. And the southwestern parts, they had locusts come through. No contact at pharmacy, where sick people go, reduce exposure to potential illness. That too, yeah, you're right. If you can lower your contact and get these things stocked up now, while they're available and affordable. And that's the thing that's going to bite a lot of people down the road. Because things are calm and, well, for the most part, calm right now. But if you can quietly, and while things are available and affordable, stock up on not just food, water, and supplies, but really think about your day-to-day life. And I've said this before many, many times. From the time you get up, you're brushing your teeth. Get extra toothbrushes, get extra toothpaste. You can get toothpaste tablets that are dry. You don't have to worry about them, like tubes, for example, they're very lightweight. Floss. Floss is hugely important. I once heard a nurse say that your heart is 4 fingers away from your jaw, and if you have poor oral health, that can affect your heart health as well. Oh, hey, ICC, how are you? I know, this was a rough start. I couldn't get on through YouTube. I guess they're still authenticating the channel and stream, so I'm using Streamlabs. That's my backup. But yeah, we're trying to do a little bit of everything right now. We're talking about some notes for an upcoming video I'm going to work on about getting your home and car ready for winter. And oddly enough, my heater's not working in my car, so we're going to get that looked at next week at the garage. But these are all great things to have on hand and information because, what was I going to say? Do things while it's available and affordable. So, how you guys doing? I'm good. Just got home from getting odds and ends. Nice! That's so good. Again, a little bit here and there. Everyone's different. Their situation is different depending on what you're going after and where you live. And again, do you have a big family? Is it just you? We're talking about getting ready for winter, for example. And getting your car ready, your home ready. And doing it in a quiet way where when it does start getting really cold outside, you're all set. It's kind of like that ant and grasshopper story I recently told to my daughter. The ants get ready all year round, and the grasshopper's just outside having fun. Yeah, exactly. Make hay while the sun shines. And again, whatever you guys have for tips or tricks or information that you want to share with others, feel free to put this down. I'm trying to make this a great option and an outlet for anyone who has local information that you want to get out. Anything that's happening from the West Coast to the fires, to power outages, to Midwest, what's going on with the farmers and their crops and the derecho and all that stuff. It's all important because a lot of the stuff doesn't make the main news. Like today's video, I had to dig through AgWeb. And on AgWeb, you can actually take it's okay. You can go on there and as a farmer or rancher, you can leave your day-to-day information on there. If you want to report something, you can go on there and do that. And this is the first time seeing it and reading a lot of them. A lot of them are heartbreaking. Everywhere from Indiana to Ohio, Iowa, where else? Kansas and Nebraska. It's devastating, the crop loss that these farmers are going through right now. And a lot of them talk about the high heat, lack of rain, and one farmer basically said, I don't have to worry about waiting for rain because basically my crops are gone. And you don't hear any of this in the mainstream news. A lot of them describe the same thing. Their soybeans turning white because they're so dry. A lot of them they get a chance to mature and they're empty pods. Same thing with their corn. And that's just a handful. There was 4 pages on there. I couldn't get past the first one. I was like, all right, I'll leave the link down below. You guys can read the rest if you want to, but it's just one devastating story after another from these farmers. And that's just it. And then you add on top of that the loss that we had from the floods out Midwest from last year, and the frost damage over in Europe from the orchards and the stone fruit. Homestead Corner channel just put out a video on making cheap tripwires. Nice! I think I'm gonna try it. Today was the first day that we had no smoke in our town from the fires for a month. I know, I don't know how you guys are doing out there, but I used to see it. I will say this, I'm so happy you guys got a bigger generator, especially for your daughter. That was awesome. I was so happy for you guys to hear that. Yeah, exactly. And that's just on top of the other stories that it's almost like we're being dogpiled, especially with the food, because in a couple videos ago this week, I shared one where there was 56 car derailment in Wyoming of corn. And then there was the wheat silo explosion. I'm trying to remember what that was. It might have been, I'm not sure if that was Iowa or Nebraska. There was a wheat explosion, a silo, and some security camera happened to catch that. And Domino Sugar down in Louisiana, one of their 10-story silos caught fire. Completely destroyed that one silo, and I think it did some damage to the second silo, and they have 4 silos. So you already have a sugar shortage going on. It's awful. All the family has asthma, then to wear these freaking masks. Very, very difficult to breathe. They want to call us. Yeah, you know, sometimes you wonder. I feel you on that one. Even my daughter hates wearing these masks. I feel so bad. You know, people that you normally see when you go to stores, you want to hug them. And they're doing that stupid elbow bump. It's like, really? It's like, honey, I'm so sorry. She's shaking her head like, yeah, I got to deal with this. You think the whole herd immunity thing would make sense, but no, I do. I feel bad for you guys going through that, especially in California. And those ridiculous rolling out blackouts. You have high heat. This is like the worst time to do it. Yeah?
Can I tell them something?
Yeah.
The mask is just a big piece of cotton. It does nothing.
Yeah, I know. Everyone knows. See, I have an 8-year-old who gets it. They don't do anything to protect you from anything. So the best thing you can do, again, while times are somewhat calm right now and the weather is still decent outside, is stack up on food. Stock it up as much as you can. And I'm not one of those people who will go on about fear porn or anything like that. I try to keep it honest and real and factual, and I always leave links in the bottom of my videos. That's another important thing. I don't just want to say something and then tell you guys trust me. I'm very much a big fan of trust but verify. It's my tactic. Yeah, I'm very fortunate. She's very much an old soul. Anyways, yeah, stock up food as much as you can. This is a great time to do it. Mylar bags are still available. O2 absorbers are still available. Unfortunately, still online. I haven't found any locally. Again, stock up on those. Get food grade buckets. You can get those from bakeries. You can get those from restaurants. You don't need to be a prepper to be prepared. Exactly. Exactly. You know, just think about what our ancestors did, what our great-grandparents did. The first grocery store wasn't in America until, what, 1946? I think I'll have to double check that, but it wasn't until the 40s, even the early 40s. And a lot of people had food markets, went to your local farmer or butcher, and it just worked together that way. It was very fresh, very local. And don't get me wrong, I love convenience. It's a great thing, but you have to find that balance in life. For example, when we lost our power for a week during Tropical Storm Isaias, we have a Bison well pump that I've talked about in a different video. Victory gardens, yes, exactly, Rob, during World War II. Those are huge. Those are highly encouraged. Putting up your food, dehydrating it, canning it, the families working together. Do you listen to A Minute to Midnight channel? Listen to the last video he made yesterday. It's coming from their own mouths. All right, you know what? Let me screenshot that. A Minute to Midnight. Ah, all right. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I haven't heard of them, but I'll definitely check them out. But again, this is all basic information. This isn't anything new. It's just, again, finding that balance and weeding out the good information. And whenever I stumble upon something, hey, Mr. Boston, how are ya? I love getting it out there to you guys. As soon as I find it, I love leaving links down below. It's just so much easier to just click on the link and then do your own diving. Believe me, I know how everyone's schedules are busy. That's why I thought maybe Friday night would be a good time to do this, because weekends are very sacred and important to people. So I figure, well, everyone's unwinding on a Friday night, let's do that. And we can make this as long as you guys want. Glad to be here. Yeah, I'm happy you guys are here. You guys have been great. ICC, Mr. Boston, you guys have been here for a while. I really appreciate the support. You guys are great. And I love all of your feedback. What else? Yeah, again, food grade buckets from bakeries and restaurants. Mylar bags and O2 absorbers. I have so many videos demoing how easy it is to take dry goods, putting in a Mylar bag, sealing with an iron, and then just labeling it and putting someplace cool and dry. Hey Jeff Young, how are ya? Most people don't think anything is going to happen. Yeah, that's why it's so important to find channels that are reliable and reliable sources of information, because you're not going to get any of this information out there. Jeff, I was just talking about on AgWeb, I discovered this page on there where farmers and ranchers can leave their comments down below, sharing what they're actually seeing and dealing with in their own fields. And a lot of what they're seeing is devastating. Their soybeans, for example, a lot of them are saying the exact same thing. They're all turning white. They're so dry and so badly dehydrated that they're just either empty, not mature. And one farmer said, it's so bad that I don't even have to worry about rain because I lost everything. Mr. Boston, the Democrats have created Dr. Shiva, out of the Senate seat, sadly. Jeez. Cheated, yep. Yeah, well, that's what they're good at. We love you too, ICC. You guys are solid. People here in Iowa, where I'm at, had no water after the trade show went through. Yeah, I read the exact same thing on all those comments on AgWeb. MSM is putting on a false narrative, or no narrative at all. Yeah, basically. Hello, just waiting to start work. Well, I hope this is entertaining for you. The guy whom won did not even campaign, by the way. Of course, because, everyone's paid off. Wish I could post a link, the IMF and our Congress bills to make us cashless by the end of January. Yeah, again, I posted a couple of videos, one with Lynette Zhang, and she was talking, I can't remember the other guy. They're really solid channels. If you go back a few videos, I actually shared their interview together, and it's solid what they're saying, and it's black and white, clear as crystal, how they want to make us go cashless. And they even put a deadline in it with the Senate bill that was introduced, I believe back in April or May of January for the deadline. Wish I could, all right, let's see, the corn that was bent is now rotting. I know, it's horrible seeing those videos. There was a video of a farmer I posted. He basically showed a before and after picture of immediately after the storm, everything was green and just laying flat, and then now it's just all brown, and he can't save anything. And at the end of the video, he said, it's just little old me. I'm not the only one. And again, he talked about those food shortages and that train derailment out west in Wyoming of losing all that corn. Jeff Young, I've told people I work with, I have 3 to 5 days of supplies. I had to listen to people talk about not having water. Yeah. And Rob, with crypto, they'll be able to trace all purchases, preps, guns, ammo. Well, they can do that now if they go through the Fed. If the Fed goes through their own blockchain, they can literally see and track everything that you buy. That's a problem. Go listen to A Minute After Midnight. He puts it all together. I've been screaming for 3 years. Yeah, honey, I feel in that one. You can only, and here's what I also told my daughter, take care of yourself first, and then you can be an asset to others. I didn't create this channel, I didn't envision talking about what I am right now. I just thought it'd be little things here and there, but again, once you start realizing what's happening and the importance of it, and you start finding great information and great sources, you gotta share that. Ripple's going to be a Fed coin. Yeah, Ripple is very much a Fed coin. It's very much devil's advocate at this point with a lot of the stuff. But yeah, watch that video from Lynette Zhang. Again, I left both of the links in the video, talking very clearly about that law that was proposed that they want to pass for federalizing digitizing the dollar through the Fed. So they would actually have their own blockchain, and unfortunately, if that happens, there's no more anonymity. You are very much exposed 100% of the time. Do you think the national coin shortage is a method to drive cash society? This never happened before that I can remember. I'm 38. So, yeah, definitely. I think it's another subtle, quiet push. That makes no sense at all. You're telling me you can't print more coins. You're printing everything else out of existence. Yeah. I think everything is connected. They just try to spread everything out instead of just making one big pile. Again, take care of what you need to get taken care of now. Have some cash, have some crypto, have some precious metals. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing with you with what I'm trying to do and accomplish. Food, water, resources, other precious metals, lead, medical supplies, training. Training's a big one. The more training you can get, the better. My husband and I are ham radio technicians. We're EMTs. He's a armor, which is great. We're both firearms instructors. We try to camp, and everything that we learn and do, we try to get our daughter involved. I always buy my supplies and ammo with cash. Yeah, you have to. And that's if you could find it. So if you could find it, Jeff, God bless you. Oh my God. All right, so let's see. Costs more. Yep, more to make a penny. It does cost more to make a penny. I believe it costs 2.5 cents to make a penny. Not sure if you're a believer, but he told us that this was coming 2000. Yes, exactly. Yeah. It definitely feels like it, But again, just do the best you can. Plan, prepare. It's kind of like the Bible does talk about that. It talks like the lamp oil, for example, the 7 years of good and bad. If you can plan and prepare, and most importantly, remain calm. If you can keep a level head, you are so far ahead of many people when the crap does hit the fan. Big believer in that. So I will say this, so for the next video, I'd like to get some whiteboards involved and even show my face and say hi, hello everyone. But I cut the grass today, got a lot of errands done. I'm not gonna lie, I'm exhausted. But I'm so happy you guys are here. Is there anything locally you guys want to share with what's going on, or anything that you've been doing that has been working well for you that you want to share with others in your preps? I have good luck at local home and farm stores with ammo. Nice! Not as empty as big box stores. Yeah, Jeff, you're in a great area of the country with that. We're here in Connecticut, and there's lots of little stores here and there, which are great. Really down-to-earth people who are just, something's wrong or broken, they'll help you. If you're shopping for something, they're great. Big box stores are very hit or miss. But if you can find a great local store and get a great local source, that's the best. Yeah, look, hey, if you can get anything happen indoors, make it happen. 2010, it cost the mint $1.80. Yeah. You know what's funny? Canada got rid of the penny. Sweden got rid of the penny. France got rid of the penny. There's, I think, a few other countries got rid of the penny because it was just more economical. Some calibers are really challenging to get. Yeah, seriously. That's, unfortunately, you don't want to go practice because you want to replace what you practice, but if you can't replace it, it makes it difficult. So if you're in the same boat as we are, iTarget, that's a great app that you use with your phone. It's like a little laser cartridge that you put inside your firearm, and you can dry fire at the phone with the app, and you can practice that way. Let's see. Places like Thiessen's Farms and Fleet are ones near me. Oh, like Fleet Farm? I know Wisconsin has a Fleet Farm. Let's see. No one, yeah. If you vacuum seal rice Saroni out of the box, it lasts 8 years. Yes, I just opened one from 2012 and it was perfect. Guys, did you see the video of me opening up the can of crackers from last June, and they were still fresh and crunchy. It had a funny smell, but they tasted salty. They were crunchy. They tasted fine. And it was actually 15 months because we just opened it, was it September? Yeah, June, July, August, September. 15 months. And we sealed it back up again. We're going to open it again next year and see what happens. I need to buy a vacuum sealer. You can buy a vacuum sealer, Mr. Boston, or just get a handheld like hair sealer, like a hair flattener, a flattening iron, and you can get those really cheap. And just get some Mylar bags, O2 absorbers, and just drop the O2 absorber in the bag, seal it up with the hair flat iron, and you're good to go. San Francisco treat, exactly. Yeah, you can get a lot of stuff out of the box inside Mylar, and yeah, that stuff is great. But the crackers, that blew my mind. I saw someone do that. I'm like, let's just try it. And you know what? It worked. I think we also tried Ritz. I gotta find the Ritz crackers and try that. And that's the whole reason why we have the platform here. It's both information and any news that's worth sharing with you guys. I'll put it out there as soon as I can, and as well as those really quick, short earthquake updates. I have an app, a couple apps that updates me with earthquakes, and especially out west. Cascadia is like 80 years overdue, as well as the rest of California. Ball jar sealer and hand-operated brake bleeder from Harbor Freight. Exactly, that I have a 2 or 3 videos solely on brake bleeding, using a brake bleeder for like $25-26 at Harbor Freight. You get your mason jars, and you put anything you want in there. I mean, that's, dry goods. And if you have no power, you can reseal it again. So if you're camping, you can pop it open, grab whatever food you want, and then reseal it again and keep it fresh. Saw that you can do cookies also. Cookies, good one. I had bacon, sausage, meat. Yes, canned. And water, yep, that's a good one. Dry canned rice and flour, absolutely. And you know what? Wheat berries. I'm trying to remember the website. Hold on. You know what? I'm gonna look it up and see if I can find it for you guys. Honeyville. Honeyville's the one. Yes, that's the one. If you guys go on honeyville.com, they're out of Utah, and you can buy wheat berries, barley, other grains, and food. The freeze-dried food is expensive. Again, it depends on what you can find nowadays. It kind of goes without saying. Normally, I would buy my wheat and wheat berries from Honeyville, and any freeze-dried foods used to be from either My Patriot Supply, Emergency Essentials, Thrive Life, and a few others. But man, if you can guys find that and actually get it shipped to you, that'd be great. Let's see, if you store instant potato flakes, make sure it doesn't have milk or butter in it. Yep, it will go rancid quicker. Yes, exactly. Those big boxes of plain potato flakes that you find in the stores, those are perfect, and they're very affordable. Yes, absolutely. Operation Drink Water too. Yes. Okay. All right. Yeah, again, there's a lot of information out there, and the downside is, depending on how you word things online, if I happen to say something funny or mispronounce something, I'm trying to get around something, if you know what I'm saying. A great platform that I don't have to worry about doing that is DLive. I have a DLive channel with the chickens. I'm thinking about next Friday going on live with DLive and YouTube. So that's the same name, Talk with Tiffany. Like right now you can see our chickens running around eating bugs and having a fun time. But I think every Friday I'm going to have both those platforms. So God forbid anything happens, you can also find me on DLive as well. I love that platform. Those creators are so supportive. I mean, we drop each other diamonds and lemons and little ninja guineas and whatnot. It's great, and you have so much freedom on DLive. I'm trying to think of anything else here. But yeah, originally when I first started off the show, I was talking about a video I want to make about getting your home and car ready for winter. Let's see, we can show that. Alright. Yeah, I know, it's hard. Don't want YouTube to censor. Yeah, well, we're all doing the best we can. I mean, the fact that a lot of big channels are even getting strikes, you know, is telling you something. Yeah, let's see what else. Yeah, again, DLive is great. There's other platforms. They're so-so. I honestly, DLive is the best. I mean, great news, great information. There's, I'm trying to think of the guy's name I just discovered a few weeks ago. Marfugal News. He's funny. The people who support these shows, also, a lot of these shows you can call in and share your own point of view and information. DLive is nice. Tech tyrants out there. Yeah. Google's become authoritarian. Yeah, unfortunately, Google, their original platform was do no evil, and then look what they're doing now. So, let's see. Go. She's sprinting. Yeah, next week I'll have whiteboards. We can throw out some notes and kind of do a compare and wait and see next time. How's everyone doing? How's your health? I mean, with all this craziness going on, it's weird not getting sick here and there. I mean, it's good for your immune system, but, and that's another thing that I just thought of. Stock up on over-the-counter meds, especially just, you know, ahead of before wintertime and before these things become hot items again. Facebook was a DARPA project, LifeLog. Facebook was born on the date DoD canceled LifeLog. LL program managers are now Facebook executives. LifeLog program managers. Okay. You know what? It wouldn't surprise me. The fact that people are so willing to give up information so freely like that. Tired, a bit depressed. Don't be depressed, honey. You got this. You're doing great. You got a great, tight-knit family for what it sounds like. You're doing great. Hang in there, honey. You got this. You guys got generators. You got each other. You got a great support network. You know what? You're a lot further along than you realize a lot of other people are. I mean, look at our neighbors, and their priorities are so backwards. Like, you see parents missing out on opportunities with their kids and things that you can do and learn together right now. And that's why I so appreciate doing what I do, especially with this. This is just one of the many things I love doing every day with you guys. MOG, progressive multiple sclerosis that I experienced on an outside chainsaw running inside me. Jeez. I'm a cancer survivor. Guys, get your PSA levels checked. I lucked out. Lots of support from families. Absolutely. But I'm happy. You know what, Mr. Boston? Exactly. As long as you're happy and you got a level head in you. Again, if you just have a calm level head, you are so much farther along than many people nowadays. And again, every little bit adds up. Even if you're just learning a skill, you can't take that experience and knowledge away. Remember that. Everything's okie cookie with me. I see all the bushy around the country, and I'm glad I live in Iowa. Yeah, again, you're good to go, honey. Like I said, you're in a fun part of the country. I'd love to. We've been looking at actually Wyoming. I think that'd be fun. Ah, that's true. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, again, every little bit counts. If you have a level head, you're doing great. On top of that, keep the level head. Shop a little bit here and there. Think about what you do on a daily basis from morning, noon, and night. Supplies that you have. Games, cards. Think about entertainment. We just bought this amazing wood puzzle. Hopefully I'll show it to you guys next week. Things that don't require a battery. Think about card games, board games, crafting. My daughter knows how to crochet, and we just bought big bins. Let me see. You want to show this?
Yeah.
We just got this big. Michael's had a sale today. It was buy one, get one half off. Check out that big thing of yarn.
It's so huge!
It is huge. Thank you. And she loves crocheting. It's the best. Let's see.
It's so fun.
Yeah, Tech Detox is great. Exactly. Yeah, we'll show all the stuff next week. I was hoping to go through directly from my channel, but I'm going through Streamlabs. But yeah, exactly. We'll break out the whiteboards, other supplies. Yeah, exactly. See, how do you eat the elephant one bite at a time? Gradually build up your preps. Exactly. And again, it's a combination of preps and anything that you can learn. Communication. Ham radio. Ham radio is huge. And it's fascinating who you can talk to when you're on the bands. Let's see what we got. Yep. That's right. Again, do things while you're calm and you can think of it now. A lazy Saturday or Sunday, just the simple act of writing down a to-do list. That way you won't forget really good ideas when they come to you. You want a drink? There you go. This is really great, guys. I'm really happy this worked out. We'll definitely do this again next week. Let's see. I live in the cornfield, so even if things were locked down, I'm fine. Got lots of supplies and a well to get water from without electricity. Not as easy to get water from a well with a rope and a bucket, but you know what? You got a well. Think about people who live in cities and condos, for example. I mean, yeah, we talk about growing food indoors if you're in a condo or a balcony, but realistically, what do you do about water? It's very essential, very basic, and very overlooked. So a lot of people think, oh, I need prep, so I'm going to get all this freeze-dried food and I'm good to go. You know, you need water, you need the basics. And not just that, but training. If you're going to buy supplies, practice using it. Actually cook with this food. Let's see. Tomcat Hamilton, I've heard the new shiny tactic is putting a proven pathogen in dairy and meat to make his adults sick. Yeah, I think it could be a second round of COVID. Be very careful. I've heard different other maneuvers and avenues that they're trying to make that happen. Again, just be aware. Go to local sources if that's the case, like a local butcher or home stores and whatnot. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Do be careful. Bison Pump. That's what we have, a Bison Pump. I have a video talking about the Bison Pump. I left a link in there as well. Very well made. They have a great customer support line if you have any questions. Let's see, it's easy to make a well with pressure washer and a PVC pipe. Yeah, again, if you can get crafty, but here's the thing, do it now while you have the time to do it, while you have the time to, mess up. Thanks for the thumbs up, Tomcat. Let's see, they are demonic, the world is so sick. Again, find the balance though. It's like anything else, technology, food, whatever your vice is, just try to find that balance. There's a butcher about 4 blocks from me. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, again, if you can, this is the platform to do this. If you can think of any creative way to help out one another, again, if you have any great channels, plug them. That's absolutely fine. I'm not against that. I'm not offended. Anytime that you guys can find a great news source or you yourself do something and you think it's worth sharing with other people, put it out here. I live in the woods of Hopkinton, Massachusetts. Nice. All right. Hey, neighbor. Let's see. Yeah. Just get creative. That's the best thing I can tell you now is while things are calm and you're level-headed, write things down. If you get an idea, write it down or send an email or text to yourself or someone and just keep adding to it. Keep replying to yourself if you got to do that. I've done that several times. Like when I'm working out, I get some great ideas. Again, vices, that brings up another good idea. If you are a big coffee drinker or tea, or you enjoy a good drink every now and then, stock up on those things. You can either enjoy them in the future or use them for bartering for important things down the road. Coffee, instant coffee, even coffee green beans. You can roast them fresh over a fire. I love doing that. It's such a great time. I have a video about a coffee roaster that we made with a colander very early on. I just scroll all the way down. You can make this. You can do it over a grill if you want to, or a fireplace. If you would like, I can take a few pictures of the dams and fields. Yeah, anything you want to post on here. If you guys have any news or information or photos, videos that you want to get out there, talk with Tiffany at protonmail.com. Mr. B, how did the state that started the American Revolution go blue? Yeah, you know. Hey, Rob, we're in the same boat. We're the Constitution state, and look at us. Gotta get to work. Good show. Have a good night. You too, Jeff. Thanks for stopping by. Anytime you want to give us information, links down below, or talk with Tiffany at protonmail.com. Kratom is a powerful non-addictive pain medication that will also replace coffee. Okay. I'm in northern Oakland County, Michigan. Congrats on 1,000. Thank you very much, Tomcat. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for your support of the channel. It's been amazing. And I love your feedback too. You guys have some great information to share with others. It's a plant. Yeah. It's kind of like the moringa plant. Very versatile, very nutritious and helpful and healthy. Again, green coffee beans will last you. If you put them in a Mylar bag with an O2 absorber, you are good to go. That'll last you forever until you roast it. Okay. There's a great book called 1 Second After. Yeah, yep, it's an novel too. There's a lot of he talks about, yep, with help with your holes. Exactly, that. I bought the books. It was 1 Second After, and there was another follow-up with that one. I gave them to my husband to read, because at the time I was doing a lot of show notes. I had a podcast and doing this at the same time. And I said, here, you read the heavy stuff and just give me the cliff notes the next day. Yeah, this is great information. 1 Second After, that gives you a very clear, poignant picture of what to expect when the crap does actually hit the fan. And there are also videos I've done where we talked about Kosovo and the incident that happened with the Olympic Stadium, where basically people were held hostage and it wound up turning into a cemetery, and what villagers did to survive. 1 Second After in the sequels, yes, exactly. So again, start off with, you can go back and watch this later and just write down notes. I try to, a lot of people create shows and they pinpoint one topic. Whatever this show leads, let's just go with it. Where can I get Mylar bags? My woman has a hair straightener. Oh, unfortunately Amazon is probably the best place, more affordable. They have a lot of different packages, a lot of different options on there. I recommend the 1 gallon, 5 milliliter bags. The thinner ones are almost transparent. You can almost see through them. So the 5 mil are right, they're perfect, like the Goldilocks. Sounds great, yeah, ask Nancy. Yeah, that's a great place to get them. And then here's the important thing though, get them while they're available. It's kind of like shopping preparedness sites, anything with freeze-dried food. The deliveries are just, they're insane. I've seen some sites up to 8 weeks for delivery. They're, well, who was it? My Patriot Supply just had opened up a new warehouse in Florida. That's their 5th one. And they're running 7 days a week. Okay, yeah, go ahead. And then again, next week we'll get a whiteboard out. We'll swap information and notes. That way you can screenshot things. See, 1 year after and the final day of the sequels. Yeah. There's a heavy. Uline has lids and bags. Yep, exactly. Again, you can go to bakeries and restaurants, get those food grade buckets. But the best way for long term is Mylar bags in the buckets, seal them up, you're good to go. And if you use bins, try not to get the bins that are too big, like 27 gallons, because again, when you start filling them, they're really heavy. You got to move those things. So maybe the 12-gallon bins, 17-gallon bins, but just take it easy though. Those things do fill up fast and they do hold a lot of weight. Again, I have videos about this stuff, very easy peasy, from Mylar bags to ball jars to keeping your dehydrator running. If you can get vegetables from the freezer section and put them in your dehydrator, you can put those in ball jars or Mylar bags and save them for later. Same thing with fruits, citrus. Slice up some oranges and lemons and limes. Seal up heritage seeds, meaning last season seeds. Yeah, seeds, that's another big thing too. My favorite go-to seed company to shop from is rareseeds.com or Baker Creek. They're out of Missouri and they're all heirloom, and the heritage seeds that they have is phenomenal. Some of them go up to 1,500 years old, and the stories that they share with each seed where they find them is amazing. Big catalog, it's almost like a phone book. And honestly, the best time to shop is when you get that catalog. I think you get it either November or December. Go through it right away. Dog ear or highlight seeds that you want to buy, and then come January, February, get that order in as soon as possible. The sooner the better, because this year they were inundated with orders, so many shortages, and for a while they weren't accepting anything because they were so backlogged. And that's another thing. If you can buy seeds anywhere, make sure they're heirloom and you're good. And practice growing. Know what works in your area, what you can grow indoors versus out. And even try some fresh greens year-round. It's so encouraging when you wake up and you turn the corner, you start seeing those little greens start popping through the soil. It could be spinach, it could be microgreens, you can add to meals or sandwiches. It's so good. Yeah, massive crop failures globally, absolutely. That's been a relentless story, unfortunately. Fortune also wrote 48 Hours, a novel about Carrington event. Yeah, the Carrington event. That recently also made news in some of my videos. That's not a unique event. That was not a one-of-a-kind event. See, careful with BC. I bought a ton of Tom seeds and I had bright real. Yeah. Again, what killed us this year, what made a big dent in our garden, was the frost we had in early, was it May? No, it was mid-May. Yeah, I think it was May 9th. We actually had like snow flurries. And last year I planted in April. I thought, okay, you know, the cold lasted a long time. We'll plant in May. Planted in May. And 2 weeks into May, we had unexpected frost. Oh, that was so devastating. Let's see. I grow baby spinach in a grow tent. Yeah, that's great. Lack of sunspots. Yeah, exactly. Lack of sunspots. That's part of the Grand Solar Minimum. If you go on spaceweather.com, if you look on the left of the page down a little bit, they actually has like a column of all the year's previous sunless spot days. And last year, I think we had, it was like 89%. I checked the numbers, but that's a great page to bookmark. Snow during a brake job. Yep. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of great information about Grand Solar Minimum. 2 great pages are Adapt 2030 and Ice Age Farmer. They're very detailed. They each complement each other very well. Oh, and Henrik out of Denmark. He's been posting here and there on this channel as well. He's another source for Grand Solar Minimum. You can check them out. Very good stuff. And again, practice now. Get that hands-on experience. Know what works, what doesn't work. Especially when it comes to your supplies, when it comes to seeds, growing food indoors, outdoors. Getting your fuel supplies, getting your firewood ready, getting your pellets or whatever it is that you're going to stay warm with. Have an emergency clothesline. God forbid you got to do laundry without power, right? Again, little lists. Start an email chain. Keep replying to yourself when you have an idea. Suspicious Observer is a good channel on it if you're into science. Suspicious Observer. It sounds familiar. I'm trying to think. And my friend Danny at Deep South Homestead. Okay, Deep South Homestead. I'll check that out. Again, this is great information. All right, how about let's wrap this up now and do this again next Friday. Professor Valentina Starkova. Yes. Yeah. We'll talk about her again in the future. She actually just backtracked a little bit on her information, basically saying she's going to put her data is now saying that the GSM is pushed out a little bit further. I'm like, no. Let's see. Old Ways is a great book to have. Yes, the Old Ways. There's like four big books, right? The Old Ways. I think we have those. I think it's like 4 big books, right? Kind of like really big. Hey guys, this is really great. I'm really happy we did this, and I'm actually happy this worked out. All right. Again, I didn't want to give up on it. If I got to do Streamlabs again, we'll do it again. But I'm really happy this worked out. You guys are great. Keep up the information. If you have any idea, all right, this is a big single book. Okay. If you have any great information or ideas, whenever I put out a new video, drop it down below for others to check out. Keep working on your plan. Keep working on your supplies. Keep working on your skills, and maintain that level head. That is a great asset to have. All right. So again, like I always say, with that being said, thank you guys so much. I'm so happy you guys came here for this, and we'll do it again next Friday. And with that being said, please stay well, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will... You want to say anything? Want to say good night?
Good night, everybody.
All right, good night, guys. Thank you so much for being here.